My name is Francesca and I'm your trainer for today. Nice to meet you. May I please, what I would like to do today, your boss contacted me because he would like us to go through some written communication skills.
Yep.
As part of your job in a cafe, it's very important that you, as you know, are able to communicate in writing, whether you are replying to emails to customers, contacting suppliers, or receiving and giving feedback to your team as well.
Yep.
Your boss told me that you just got a promotion, so congratulations.
Thank you.
The new team leader at the cafe.
Yep.
So what I would like to know, first of all, before we start, is something a little bit about you. May I please ask you to introduce yourself and tell me what do you like about this job? What would you like to achieve through these few sessions that we are running together so that I can best support you in your job?
Yep. So my name's Eva, and as you know, I'm the new team leader at the cafe here. I'm really passionate about the work. I love working here. I have some difficulty in reading and writing, but it's enough to get by to do my job.
Okay, great.
But I'm just a bit worried about this information being disclosed outside. I don't want my subordinates knowing that about me.
That's not an issue, absolutely. First of all, whatever we discuss here, if it's confidential, obviously I keep it to myself, and this is one of the things that I consider confidential and is going to stay with me.
Yep.
So, how do you feel about? You said that your reading and writing is not
it's not
at
best.
its best.
Yeah.
What do you find difficult when you're writing?
My writing.
Yeah, what do you find difficult there?
Sometimes the spelling and the grammar a bit,
Okay.
sentence structure.
That's fine. So your boss is implementing different systems. We have online systems and we have hard copies of some documents. You see whatever suits you best.
Yep.
However, I would like to remind you that there are some systems, digital systems, that allow you to go through spell checks.
Oh,
So
great.
they would definitely help you with your spelling,
Brilliant.
etc. So before we dig in too much into that, I would like us to go through an introduction of what communication looks like
Okay.
and the different parts that constitute communication. Communication, we can divide it in three parts. There is our verbal communication, we have non-verbal communication, and what we are going to cover today is the written communication. So what do you think verbal communication is?
I guess speaking to one another.
Perfect. And verbal communication requires us to adapt the way we talk to the people we are talking to make sure that they are receiving and interpreting what we are saying in a correct manner. So that our communication with them is clear. Non-verbal communication, as I said, is another aspect of communication and is how we move, how we look at other people, and how much we are able to show them our interest and our passion for some subjects, for example. In your case, it might be how much the look you have in your face when they are talking to you about their trip, and that shows that you care for them and their experience. Just an example. But as I said, we work in a business, we have legal responsibility, and some of them are to comply with the legal requirements for filling some written documentation.
Yes.
One of them could be incident reports, reporting and escalating hazard. Now in your position, it might happen that you subordinate write forms, but then they need to escalate them to you. So going by memory right now, what do you think makes up a good incident report?
Clear, concise, detailed.
Yeah, we want it to be factual.
Yeah.
We don't put the person's opinion in it.
No embellishments. Yep.
Yeah, and we want to make sure that the handwriting is also tidy because we want someone else to be able to read it, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So there are also other parts of your job that must be done in writing. For example, when you place your orders to your suppliers, I know that you guys use their website and you have some parts to fill.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's okay. When it's just checking things off, that's not a problem.
And what if you receive stock that is out of date, for example? You receive meat that is not good and you need to lodge a complaint. What would you do?
Yep, that's online. That's done online.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Are you comfortable drafting emails and writing the documentation?
Yep.
Yeah, fantastic. What I would like us to do now, I would like us to take a couple of minutes to draft an email.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a scenario, and I would like you to draft an email as reply to one of your suppliers.
Okay.
Right? Perfect. So let's pretend that your veggies guy is not able to deliver the zucchini that you desperately need for your corn fritters for Monday morning. Okay? Can you please draft an email explaining your business reasons and trying to make some alternative arrangements with your supplier, please? Thank you. And then I will check.
Okay.
Lovely.
Can I use spell check?
Absolutely, yes.
Yep.
Not an issue. That's why we have these systems,
Yep.
like these technological tools to assist us. They come really handy.
Is there a screen reader I can use?
We need to double check with your boss. At the
Okay.
moment, I don't have one over here, and I
Okay.
know that normally they are supplied to people that are normally visually impaired.
Right.
We can definitely talk to your supervisor and make sure that maybe they got something similar for you at the cafe as well.
Yep.
We
Great.
can totally do that.
Okay.
That's awesome. Can I please have a look at your
Yeah,
email?
absolutely. Yep.
Oh,
yep.
that's fantastic. Yeah, perfect. I can see you went straight to the point. It's also polite. You want to make sure that your written communication helps you establishing but also maintaining positive relationships with all your stakeholders, right?
Yep.
Now, let's pretend that I am a customer where I would like us to role play this scenario for now, okay?
Okay.
You guys just mopped the floor. There is some water, and you guys did your part, right? You put the wet floor sign, but I still fell, and I hurt my wrist. So I'm gonna come to you because you are the team leader, and I'm gonna ask you, look, I just fell, I hurt myself. As you can see, my wrist is really swollen. Where do we go from here? What would your response be?
Yep, I would offer first aid, of course,
Yeah.
and the first opportunity. And then if the person declined, I would get all the necessary details, fill out the report, send it through to insurances. I'd follow the steps.
Perfect. So we follow our policies and procedure. We make
Correct.
sure that an incident report is filled
Yep.
as soon as practical.
Yep.
After we administer first aid, we refer the person to a doctor. We keep in touch with the person, right? So we also might want to take the person's details
Yep.
and make sure that we can stay in contact with the person. Fabulous. So imagine that your boss is not happy and because he's working on the roster and you don't give the availability for next Saturday morning. And he knows that he's going to be very busy and he sends you a cranky email. How would you reply to that?
Well, I wouldn't be very happy, but I would be polite back and I'd answer the questions and I'd do what I needed to do, make sure that I'm at least following the policies.
Perfect, fantastic. Do you know where to find your policies in your workplace?
Yes, I do. We've got a folder underneath the cash register.
Fantastic. A really, really important document that you have that you need to be able to read and interpret it is the SDS. Do you know what they're stored?
Nope.
Okay, the SDS should be kept where all your chemicals are, right?
Oh, the
Where
safety
you
data
keep-
sheets.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, fantastic.
Okay.
You keep it there.
Yep. Yes. Yep.
Okay, so it's stored with your chemicals.
Yes.
Are you familiar with the document? Do you
Yes,
know
I
how
am.
to use it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, fantastic. So we want to make sure that you are able to read. I know you said that
It's the
you
reading.
find reading a little bit tricky.
Yeah, it just takes me some time, and yeah.
Fantastic. What we could do, it's not fantastic that you have difficulties reading, but it's something that we can work on,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So maybe on our next session, we can get some pages out of the SDS,
Yep.
check what the chemicals that you guys use the most, and what we could do, maybe we can make a diagram that gives you graphic instructions of how to use
Perfect.
those chemicals,
Great.
rather than having to go through lengthy chunks of text.
Yep, yep.
I think that you could definitely benefit from it. And I'm sure not only you, but also your team.
Yeah.
Because we all have different learning styles and different needs, and I'm sure that obviously we can all benefit from a variety of documentation.
Yes, yep, absolutely.
Fabulous. Are you okay? Do you have any questions up to now? Anything you would like to ask me?
No, so far so good.
Oh, okay. Excellent, excellent. How are you feeling? How do you feel at work? Like, do you feel appreciated for your job? Do you think there are some relationships that you wish you could improve, maybe with your teammates or your clients or your customers?
No, I'm quite happy. We've got a great team. There's no toxic work practices at all. We all get on, we all communicate well, we go in, we get the job done.
That's excellent. It's very rare to find a working environment like that, so I'm very pleased to hear that.
Yep.
Super happy for you. What I would like to cover, I did ask you this question because obviously there are moments where, especially as team leader now, you will have to provide your team with feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? As you know, we are required to go through performance reviews annually,
Correct, yes.
and it's very important that that's done in a delicate and positive way, because we don't want to scare the people, especially the ones that are underperforming. We don't want them to threaten to resign or feel bad about themselves, because they might ruin your beautiful working environment, right?
Yep.
So there are some elements that are very important when we give people feedback, especially in writing. When we write, it's very hard for the other person to hear our voice, especially if they have never met us before. And we want to make sure that even in their head, they are interpreting what we are writing positively, okay? We want to leave them feeling good about themselves despite whatever constructive feedback we might give them. So what's your performance review process at the cafe?
Yep, so we initially get our employees to comment on their own performance.
Yep.
And then, well, now that I'm the team leader, I will review what they've written about themselves.
Okay,
and
so
then
it's in writing, right?
in
It's
writing initially.
again. Yeah.
And then we'll have a meeting one-on-one, and we'll discuss both the comments and how they think they're travelling and how I think they're travelling.
Okay, how do you feel going through the document? Because I know that it can be pretty lengthy.
It's in writing, but it's online, so it's digital form.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could definitely use with the screen reader to assist me.
Okay,
with
perfect.
that.
So as I said, it's something that we can definitely bring up to the boss.
And yeah, I definitely need spell check just to make sure that my spelling and the grammar is okay.
Yeah.
Content, I'm fine, no problems.
Fantastic, excellent. So when we give, let's assume that Tanya, one of your co-workers, I just made up the name, you don't have a co-worker called Tanya, I'm not picking on Tanya,
Okay.
is underperforming. She's having problems at home, she's really not in the mood to come to work, and she's showing that. So you had the conversation with her a couple of times, and still that hasn't improved, and you do receive an email from a customer that's complaining about the service. How would you respond to the email first to your customers? What would you tell them in an email stating that they're not happy with Tanya's
Well, I would
performance?
initially acknowledge that I've received it.
Yeah.
And that I will take their complaints seriously. And I won't give them personal details about my staff. I don't think that's appropriate. But I would let them know what my intentions are and that action will be taken. I won't specify what. It's not their concern, but I'll let them know that I've heard them, and I will take that into account.
Perfect. And now you have to go back to Tanya, and because you did have the conversation a few times with her, you need to put it in writing.
Yes.
How would you address that with her in writing?
Well, since this potential person, this hypothetical person, if I've already spoken to them a couple of times in an informal capacity, like you said, it would be escalated to written. It sounds like Tanya would need to be on a performance plan. We actually have a policy in place, and so I would be following the grievance
So
policy.
you do have your forms and you have everything available.
Yes, so I would follow the procedure there.
Look, for what I can see, I know your boss asked me to deliver this session on communication to make sure that we were all confident in our communication skills. For what I can see, you definitely have good knowledge of your policies and you are able to follow procedure and you know your forms, which is fantastic. What I would like us to do, as we said, is highlighting some tools that might support you best with the skills that you think you could be improving, like reading and writing, as we said before. And as I said, this remains confidential. However, I will have to have a quick chat to your boss about implementing some alternative arrangements. For example, the screen reader for the computer.
Okay.
Especially the one in the office. I think that the only two people that have access to that should be yourself and your supervisor anyway, because the team just uses the iPads for ordering and stuff.
Yeah.
So what did we say? I'm going to take some notes about the things that we need to make sure that you are set up for success in your role and in your job. So we said the screen reader. And what else do you, we said SDS charts.
Yep, that would be beneficial.
Yeah. Is there any signs or any visuals that you think that might be beneficial in your workplace?
No?
Okay, we're all good. That's fantastic. Okay, that's excellent. I'm very happy that we got through this. I would like to ask you if you have any questions.
No, I don't have any questions. No, that seems really good.
That is fantastic.
Yep.
That's excellent. Yep. And okay, I would like us to go through the menus. Okay, we have some file. We're going to do it together. We have a file, and I'm going to go through this with you because the file is new.
Right, okay.
Yes, your boss is changing the template for your menu, and there are some characteristics that are particularly unique because that's how your boss wants it. Okay, so as you see, we go into the iPad and we have your menu icon. That's changed because we changed the menu.
Right.
So there is this part in the menu here when you have your title and you have your beverage and you have your food and you have some listed items. This is just a draft before and ask us to go through that together to make sure that it's edited correctly. And then he will send them for printing, but he also wants to make sure that the template will not be altered or changed without his consent. So after we edit it, it needs to stay that way. Okay. So no one will be given access to the editing system except for your supervisor. So I can see there are some mistakes. Okay. Do you think that this visual tool reflects your needs? So do you think it's easy to read? Do you find it? Do you find the menu engaging and make your job quicker while you are on the floor?
Definitely,
and busy, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, fantastic. So we need to make sure that there are no mistakes. As we said, we want to check the spelling of some words.
Yeah.
We don't want to purely rely on the spelling check device,
Yep.
because it's also something that we want to improve. Because there are moments when you will be writing on paper and
Yeah.
you will not have the tool, right?
Okay.
So let's go through these things together. Remember that there are also options for you to use your phone
Yeah.
if you're not on the floor, like in front of customers, when you're using pen and paper, to double check the spelling of some words. For example, I can see here that pasta is spelled with two S, and we know that pasta is not spelled with two S. That makes me cringe. So we are going to delete the second S in the pasta. Pizza, S to Z, so perfect. We added it there. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes
Yep.
to go through the menu.
Okay.
Correct what
I
you
can
think
already
needs
see
to
a mistake. Yeah. Mythos
Perfect.
beer is with a Y, not an I.
be perfect. So you correct that.
Yep. Yep.
Thank you very much. Lovely.
Yep. Yeah. No, I'm still going.
Yeah. Thank you.
Just trying to spell that. You said I could check my phone,
Would
didn't
you
you?
like- absolutely,
Yeah, perfect.
absolutely,
Thank
absolutely.
you. Yep, yep. Because just
And use that.
not sure of the spelling for Yeah. Just trying to think.
Okay, fantastic. So now that we have all that we need, as we said, you said you don't have any questions, but please feel free to reach out if there is anything that I can support you with. I'm going to send a calendar out to your team because I am going to meet with other team members as well, because your boss asked me to run individual sessions.
Okay.
So what I would like us to do, I would love you to write your email address for me, please.
Yep.
What I will do, I will send you some documents that I would like you to go through to complete some editings or draft some emails and things like that.
Sure.
That you're going to share only with me anyway. So
Yeah.
your subordinates won't see it.
Okay.
Not even your boss, to be honest. It's just something to practice some writing skills, okay? Fabulous. So at the end of this session, I am going to give you an evaluation form. The evaluation form is purely for this session, so I would like you to feel comfortable sharing your feedback on the information that you received, if you think that is beneficial for you, that you can take something out of it. If you have any suggestion on how that can be improved, please add it in there. I'm going to receive it, but also my boss is going to see that, and you might have some good suggestions for the course as a whole. So I would love to hear your feedback on that.
Yep, sure.
Perfect. So before we go, I would like to know from you, what is your biggest takeaway from today's session? What do you think is the things that is most beneficial?
Yeah, I guess just being mindful of, like you said, the verbal and non-verbal ways of communicating. I think that's a big one.
It is,
Just
isn't it?
yeah, just to consider it when I'm speaking to just everybody, staff, customers, suppliers. Yeah.
Yeah, your supervisor told me that you guys do an amazing job with the verbal communication with your customers. They're very happy. You have lots of customers that keep coming back.
Yeah, we
Which
do have
is
repeat customers.
Really nice. Good job on you guys. But he did say that as a whole, he has highlighted the needs to go through some written communication, because he has definitely found that everybody
We're
can
lacking.
benefit from
Yep.
practicing
Yep.
that.
Yep.
But it's also because he told me that he was going through, that he's implementing written documentation just now. It's something that is fairly new for your cafe.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see that. So I am going to give you a quick quiz.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, that you're going to complete.
Yep.
And I'm going to drink a little bit of water.
Sure.
Would you like a glass of water?
No, I'm all right, thank
Are
you.
you sure?
I'm good. Okay, so I'll just do the quiz.
Yes, please. This is just a quick knowledge quiz that we can.
Yep.
Let me know whenever you're done.
Yep, no, that's okay. I'm sorry, still going.
No, please, no rush. Do you have any questions about the questions? I'm here to help. Remember, there is no.
Yep, no, it just takes me a little bit longer, but that's all right.
That's
I'll,
absolutely fine. You look puzzled. Do you have questions about the questions?
No, I'm just thinking. Sorry, I thought of
No.
something funny. That's why I'm smiling.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep.
I'm going to take the quiz away
Okay.
now. I'm going to correct it at home. Have a look
Okay.
how you went at home. I'm sure you will be fine. As I said, it seems like you have a sound knowledge of your policies and your requirements.
Yep.
The requirements of your job, which is fantastic. So what are we going to do next time? We are going to cover some of the non-verbal communication
Yep.
and some active listening. Active listening is very easy. It sounds more complicated than what it is. It's simply the ability to listen with the intent of understanding, basically, rather than listening to reply like we do at times. And this is going to help you with your relationships with your internal and external customers. Okay, but also your suppliers. We want to make sure that your suppliers feel a connection with you that will help you with discounts and stuff like that. Let's be honest, see the practical side of it, but that will also help you with the reputation of your cafe in the community. Perfect. So, as I said, I'm going to send you an email with some tasks that I would like you to complete in your own time.
Sure.
I will return this quiz to you marked in 48 hours the latest.
No problem.
So in 2 days roughly. And then we are going to meet again next Tuesday. And we are going to go through, as I said, nonverbal communication and active listening.
Yep.
I am going to send you my email address, like an email with my contact details,
Yep.
so you will know how to reach out if you have any questions. If you see something about your team and you have any questions about our sessions, please feel free to reach out, even after our sessions are finished. So even if you
Great,
don't see
thank
me
you.
face to face, please feel free to reach out, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you.
Excellent work, super happy. Thank you.
Thanks.